I just did some benching. It was okay. 315 for 9 paused was my best set. Other than that, it was kind of disappointing, but nothing major though, you know. Tomorrow's going to be a deadlift day. I love doing deadlifts. Not really. I like doing squats the best, I think. Okay. All right, let's start off with some curls today, I think. Okay, let's see here. I'll do some curls, I think, in a minute here. Yeah, let me think here. I think, let's set up over here, I guess. Let's turn this around. Yep. All right, let's turn this around. Turn this around here, and I can probably sit here, you know. I'll move this. I'll move these over here. And move this out of the way. I probably should have taken an extra. It's all right though. No harm, no foul. You know. All right, no harm, no foul tonight. You know. How's that for a view there? All right. Yeah. All right. Do a little bit of, oh, look at the light. Some, ooh, man, my arms are sore. Just do a little bit of light hammer curls. You know? Might have to move the camera though. I'll probably move the camera. Over there, the light's in the way. The light is shining. It's still shining. Yeah, oh yeah. What light is that? It's a backlight over there. It's shining. How's everybody doing tonight? Allan's sober powerlifting journey here. We're just doing some curls here. I did bench tonight. The best set I did was 315 for 9. Most of them were paused, like 6 or 7 of them. All of them were very slow and controlled reps. I'm getting ready for a powerlifting competition on July 12th. And I'm training hard for that, training really hard. I'm looking at a 550 to 560 squat, I hope. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, good. Hi, how are you? I can't really see. I know you saw. I see your writing on there. Yeah, I'm just doing some hammer curls right now. Doing 50 after this. Whoops. Yeah. Doing a little hammer curls. Hello, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, I'm just doing some hammer curls. I benched a little while ago. 315 for 9 for my last set. The other sets are okay, you know. Not as good of a, you know, you're not going to have a good workout every time, you know, but I didn't give up, you know. I got those 9 reps, one more than the last time. 315 for 9. And let's see. 2 days ago, I had my best squat I've ever done in my life at 57 years old, 250 kilogram, 550 pound squat. And I pretty much blew that up, man. I think I can get 570 pounds. So that would be 570. Let me think here. 5 kilograms. 5 would be 10, right? I think I can do a 265 kilogram squat probably, which would be pretty good. 265 kilograms. No, not quite that much. It would be let me think here. 260. I'd say 261, 200 gram squat. Yeah, I got a couple. I'm just blasting up some hammer curls over here. Yeah. Hammer curls are great for and a great accessory for the bench. You know, you don't want to get weak. It helps with the eccentric movement of the bench on the way down, especially. It'll also prevent you from tearing a bicep. You want to fortify your weaker muscles, you know. But you also don't want to go too crazy with biceps too. You don't want to be doing, you don't want to do preacher curls all the way down like this. You'll end up tearing your bicep. Oh, you could. It's a good way to tear it. I'm not saying everybody has torn their bicep doing that, but I've seen a lot of videos and I've heard of a lot of people tearing their bicep doing heavy preacher curls all the way down. That's not including people that arm wrestle, because basically that's all they do is they work on their arm, you know. They work, well, not everything. Most like the good arm wrestlers, they do all kinds of crazy curls, man, that would probably tear someone's arm off. That doesn't do that kind of training. All right, let's do a set of, I got 50-pound dumbbells over here. Right here, down there on the floor. They're 50-pound dumbbells. We'll do another set of these. Oh yeah, I feel it. And let's see, I'll probably grab some smaller dumbbells. Do some reverse laterals. No, I don't take roids. Nope. Even if I did, I'll tell you a little story. I know a professional bodybuilder, and he was bragging about all the roids he was taking online. And then the next thing you knew, he had the FBI busting down his door. So if you are doing, don't announce it online, whatever you do. Anybody out there, do not announce that shit online, because they're illegal. They may not listen to your specific video, but if you have a hater out there, whatever. No, it's not funny, AJ, it's true. It's not funny, man. You may have a hater out there, and it's all you got to do is send the video off to the FBI or to the local police, man. They're as illegal in the United States as heroin. So no, I don't take them. No, I'm 57 years old. You know, I don't. I'm just doing this. I just work out in my garage, having a little fun. But like I said before. There's been a couple of professional bodybuilders that have gone to prison for bragging all about that shit, you know, online. Not a good thing to be bragging about. The Iron Reaper. I wonder if the Iron Reaper's out there somewhere. But yeah, I got, let's see, today's the 20th. I have 22 more days. I like Greg Doucette. I like him a lot. He's very smart. I like that video he does about about how easy it is to do a 315 bench. I mean, and he's right. Not everybody out there has got the genetics to do that, to do a 315-pound bench. Not everybody has those genetics to even do that. I've seen a lot of people at commercial gyms that'll never bench 315 no matter what they do. You know. Yeah, I like him a lot. He's from Nova Scotia too. He's from Halifax. It's actually one of my favorite YouTube channels. I just did one on, were you watching? No. Right now I'm actually working out a little bit. No, nothing serious right now because I'm competing in 22 days. Yep. I'm just doing a little bit of this and that. I'm doing some rear delts and stuff right now. Need to go heavy with that shit either, man. You really don't. You don't have to go super heavy. No, I'm not. A dirty meth. Nah, well, why should? There's no reason to go into that. Yeah, no, I did meth for 6 months, and I got arrested. I got arrested 13 years ago. And I never did it again. I did it for about 6 months. Back in 2013. Yeah, 2013. I ended up, that's what got me sober, man. I got locked up for 10.5 months. I did it for only 6 months and it caused more problems than anything in the world. No, I really don't look like a meth head. No, usually they're not over 300 pounds. Squatting 550 pounds, you know. I haven't found one yet, anyways. Listening to some of your stories. Oh, I thought you were indulging. I haven't drank or used in over 10 years in 6 months. No, 6 months. I got out. Yeah. Oh, good for you. Welcome. What's your heaviest rep you've done? Of what? 405 for bench at 56 years old was the heaviest. I didn't start working out till I was almost 48 years old. How often do you go heavy on each exercise? I don't do any speed reps that much, really. They're good though, I guess. Some people like them, some people don't. That guy Jimmy Kolb, Kolb or whatever his name is, with the equipped lifter, he doesn't believe in them, but kind of equipped lifting is okay, but it's kind of a sham. Equipped with the bench shirt and all that, it's not true lifting. Yeah. Sometimes I go light. Right now I'm just practicing my pause reps because I'm competing in 22 days. So I'm trying to do all pause reps today. I just did 315 for 9 paused. And boy, my arms and everything hurt. Yeah, I started lifting at 48, almost 48. I was 47. I turned 47 in Graham Reception Center, which is a reception center for prisons in Illinois. I did my first 10.5 months of sobriety of over 10 years I was locked up for that meth charge, you know. And I guess I don't really have too many dirty meth stories because I just pretty much stayed by myself, man, and did it, you know. That's about it. I didn't really, I didn't do it long enough or get involved enough. I got in trouble before that happened. I was one of the smart ones. A lot of those people, they go back. It's like a revolving door. They get fucking busted. They end up doing 3 years. Then they get back out and they do the same thing over again. They end up doing 5 years. They end up doing a life sentence on the installment plan is what I call it. Yeah, let me do another set here. set. Advice on recovery, don't bench too much is one thing. People like to bench almost all the time. Bench twice a week, if that, you know, that's what I do. Only deadlift once a week or every 7 or 8 days. Squat, squat one day, take 5 days off, squat, and then squat. Make sure you get enough sleep. Try to get 7 or 8 or 9 hours of sleep. If you don't feel good, don't train when you get it. Especially as you get older. If you start getting tendonitis, avoid certain moves. A lot of times I got to avoid doing a lot of biceps. Yeah, it can be a big problem. I don't know. I don't have too much of a problem with it now. Because I'm working full time. I do side work too. I'm a painter on the side, do some construction, you know. And I work full time, plus I'm training for powerlifting. So I'm usually so freaking tired by 10 o'clock, I'm almost out, you know. But yeah, you want to get enough rest. That's definitely for sure. That's a big one right there. And you want to eat enough calories, enough protein. Enough money to have a house and everything. I'm not rich by any means. I make enough though to get by with my family, you know. Yep, there's other things in life I could have probably, but because I'm an all or nothing type of guy, but I really just like the way my life is now, where it's kind of free, you know. I work out, you know, I have my family. I try not to take too much side work on, you know. But yeah, my best set 2 days ago, that was my best workout probably of the week. One of them, 505 for one, very easy squat. Then I did 510 pounds for double, pretty easy. And then 550 was a 20-pound personal record, lifetime personal record, 57 years old. Yeah, I don't really follow that Reddit. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you. Oh, okay. Now I saw it on the bottom. Simple living. Yeah, simple living. Why do you want to why make things complicated, you know? You don't have to. Yeah, vitamins in the morning. I got to start doing it myself. I have a shitload, but I haven't been really taking them. So yeah, I don't want to I don't want to be preaching something I'm not practicing right now, you know. I have some. I need to start taking them, vitamins. The only supplements I really like, you know, creatine works for some people. Creatine, I don't take it right now though. Especially someone that's trying to gain, you know, gain weight or whatever. Whey protein, I don't really follow that, AJ, to be honest with you. That RPE stuff, I don't really care. I mean, it's not that I don't care, it's just I don't really follow it. German stuff, yeah, creatine, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not with all that modern RPE stuff. I just train hard, man. I bust my balls in here, man. And I seem to be getting stronger a little bit at a time, you know. Right now, yeah, I'm going to try to deadlift tomorrow. I think my goal tomorrow is 550 for a double, or 250 kilograms for a double on my platform over here. That's going to be my goal, and then I'm going to go up to maybe 570 pounds, or what would that be, 560? 560, yeah, about 560, no, sorry, 260 kilograms, 260 kilograms. Yeah, I'm not putting that down, AJ. I'm not really into that, to be honest with you. I'm old school, you know. even though I haven't been training too long. I don't really, I try to keep it simple, man. I try to, you know, just go in there, train hard, make sure you get enough recuperation. Try to do the, do your compound movements first. Hit those compound movements hard. Do your accessories on a different day or after you do your compound movements. You don't really need to do any of the front delt stuff if you're powerlifting either. You get enough front delt work on the bench. Be careful on the incline bench. You may end up fucking your shoulders up. I know a lot of people my age that incline. Now they have shoulder replacements. You know. Be careful on the overhead press. I do it sometimes. You know, at my age. I get enough front delt from the bench, the flat bench, you know. Yeah, a lot of people like to overcomplicate this shit, you know. It's really not that complicated, man. Just a lot of it is genetics too, you know. And do you have the genetics to be consistent too? Genetically consistent. A lot of people not consistent, you know. Side delts are pretty good. Just a little side delt movement, you know. Usually I do it with both arms, but I'm sitting down right now. I'm pretty much done training today. Pretty much done. I'm gonna put these up. See, those go on the ground. Yeah, AJ, I hear you, man. It gets overwhelming, you know. You know, at least if it keeps somebody. Oh, my meal plan, and okay, I wake up in the morning, I have coffee, and then I go to my job. My job serves food for free. So I usually have a 4-egg omelet with, the omelet usually has a bunch of vegetables in it, so it's 4 eggs. Maybe a piece of sausage and some bacon, and a cup of yogurt and coffee. And then for lunch, I have whatever they serve. Today they had shrimp, and they had, it was a bunch of shrimp dishes they had today, and a vegetable. So I have a good lunch, you know. Then I get home, I have a protein drink with regular milk, whey protein, you know, 30 grams of protein. Yeah, eggs are good, 7 to 9 eggs. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that's good, especially if you're trying to gain a little weight or whatever, you know. Get some protein. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna probably up my egg intake. So what's your name again there? A steak is very good. Don't worry about the egg. No, I don't worry about the cholesterol in eggs. It's good cholesterol. I'm from southeast of Massachusetts. What is your name again? The Hallosis. Yeah, you know what? That reminds me. Good call there. I'm gonna up my egg intake a little bit. You know. That reminds me. How much steak? I probably have some kind of steak, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, if that. You know. And oh, welcome from India. All right, welcome. Yeah, steak is very good. Chicken. Steak is a little bit better quality of a protein, but there's a lot of fat in it, and also too, though, more fat. You know, it's better quality, I think. Eggs is probably the best. It's got all the amino acids in it. Eggs. Sugar is okay before you work out. I also so I have the protein drink when I get home from work. Then I usually take a nap. I take an hour nap. On top of my 6 or 7 hours at night of sleep, I take 1 hour to 1.5 hour nap. No injuries since I tore my hamstring. Let me think, how long ago was that now? I'm trying to think, over 1.5 years ago, that was the last injury I had. And that really sucked. Then I re-aggravated it trying to squat, which was a very bad idea. No surgeries though, ever. No surgeries, 57 years old. But anyway, so okay, when I wake up, I usually have a bowl of organic cereal that my lady buys, my beautiful fiance Kathleen. She always buys organic and very good stuff, man. Good, very healthy stuff. Organic eggs, organic meat. Uh, I just PR'd 2 days ago at 57 years old, 250 kilograms, 550, 550. That's true. Yep. Good fats. That's right. Yeah, it does. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. I just did it. My video's up on my YouTube channel. 550. That was a PR, a 20-pound PR. The most I did. I did 530 in competition. I did that about 3 years ago. Nah, no TRT, but I do believe in it. I do believe in it. Believe in it. I might go get have mine tested actually, but not right now though. I definitely do believe in it though. Yep. I've always been pretty big, even when I was in my addiction. You know. TRT is fine. You get it from a doctor. You know, you want to live. You want to be comfortable. We're all gonna. Nobody gets. I know Jim Morrison of the Doors one time said, it's a very famous quote, "No one gets out alive." What addiction, my friend? I've been sober for 10 years and 6 months now. An addiction to crack cocaine, alcohol 24/7, heroin, Roxycontins, Xanax, Valium, all those. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it. Never really, weed was never my drug of choice, but I would smoke it if I had it, you know. I was into the full menu, man. I didn't fuck around when I was out there using everything. God helped you out. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. God did help. I wouldn't be sober. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for my higher power, which I'm a Christian, you know. But whatever works for somebody, you know, Hindu, very, very peaceful religion, whatever helps you out. God comes in different shapes and sizes. Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just did a 550 squat 2 days ago. I love squats. Is my favorite exercise. AMC. There's no question. The squat is my favorite exercise. I don't know if you're from Europe or here, but it's a 250 kilogram squat at 57 years old. I just did it 2 days ago. The video's up on my YouTube channel. My favorite, no question. Deadlifts I like too, but and I do them consistently. But it's the only injuries I've ever gotten are done due to doing deadlifts. I tore my, you know, someone asked me about okay, let me put this down. Somebody asked me about an injury. The last one I had was a year and a half ago. Here's the story. I was doing a competition in Fall River, Mass, which is only it's about 16 miles from my house. So it was 16 miles from my house, the competition. I was ready to go, man. I was going to break over 1,500 at 56 years old. At least a 1,500 total. Okay, squat was first, and I did a what was it? I did 523 squat. Yeah, thank you, AJ. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did a 523 squat. This was a year and a half ago in Fall River, and I did a 390 bench. So I was way ahead of everybody, way ahead. And I was going to open up with 520. I warmed up, no problem, you know, with up to 4 plates, 405. And I had 520 on the bar. I got that motherfucker up like 3 inches, and I tore my hamstring. I felt it pop. So that fucked up the whole meet. I was beating everybody by well over 100 pounds, all the young kids and everything. Yeah, so that blew the whole meet. I still did get the record, though, for the squat. I think wait a minute, no, it was 520 pounds. I apologize. I broke my own APA squat record 3 times. three different times, you know. Yeah, it was like 520 or 523. I think 523 was, yeah, no, that was the last competition. I apologize again. It was 523 because then, no, it wasn't. It was 520. I apologize. And then I did 523 the next time, and then I beat that with 525. No, it was, no, I don't know where it came from. It popped with the 520-pound deadlift. 10 years and 6 months I've been sober, Kenny. 10 years. I got sober, it's almost, would it be 6 months now? Let me think, maybe 5 months. Wait a minute. January 11th of 2015. Very little withdrawal. I was blessed. I wasn't on any opioids at the time. That's why. I've sat many times in county jail, though, going through withdrawal from either methadone or Xanax or both, and or Roxycontins. Oh, congratulations, Kenny. That's amazing. November 14th, 2023. Nice, man. Good for you. Yep. My magic number, man, I had gotten 1 year. I went through alcohol. Yeah, it sucks. Alcohol withdrawal is fucking horrible, man. How do you avoid muscle and ligament injuries? You know how I avoid that? I listened to somebody way back when I first really started getting serious into training in my early 50s. He told me, don't grind it out all the time, Allan. Save the grinding out for the platform. So in my training, I try not to do a grinder, or, you know, I don't do negative after negative anymore. You know what I mean? Or any real overload training too much, you know, like negatives especially. Like the negative would be like if you're laying down on the bench, right? And you have 20, 30 pounds more than what you can actually bench. And somebody comes down with you and helps you a little bit. It makes you go slow. So I try to, like they say, keep one in the tank. That means if you can do 10, do 9. If you can do 11 reps, stop at 9 or 10. A grinder means like this. Say you're on the bench, right? You got that bar right here, and then you drive it up, and then all of a sudden you're like this, grinding that fucker up like that. The deadlift would be like if you're hitching it all the way up to the top. Yeah. No, by grinder and negatives. Oh, okay. What do you mean? The negatives, a negative is on the way down. Yeah, don't always go to failure. Correct. Yeah, don't always go to failure. You know, it's going to happen sometime. It happened tonight, actually. But try not to do it as much, you know. You'll end up getting injured eventually, you know. Make sure you do enough volume, too, enough volume training to fortify those small muscles that'll, you're only as strong as your weakest link, your weakest link, you know. Someone just said no spotter. You don't really need a spotter when you have these safety bars on each side. You don't need a spotter. What do you think of Mike Mentz's training methods? The heavy duty methods, they're pretty good. Sometimes I do that kind of training a little bit in powerlifting. I'll just do one really hard, heavy set and call it a day. So they do work. He never won the Mr. Olympia. I think it could have been either him. There was a couple of guys. Arnold won in 1980, and he shouldn't have won in 1980. He says rest. Yeah, after a workout. Well, yeah, that depends on... he's not a power lifter, so he's a bodybuilder, and obviously it worked for him. But... I guess Dorian Yates did something similar, old blood and guts. Powerlifting, though, I have to break it up into bench, deadlift, and squat. I do one each. That takes up 4 days a week, so I train about 4 days. Yeah, he does suck, you know, Arnold, when he said that. He's actually come back and kind of righted the ship just a little bit when he was talking about the illegal aliens that are coming over here. So he kind of got a little bit more of but when he said that, I was really pissed about fuck your freedom and A lot of people back in the... Yeah, he did. He screwed a lot of people. And he should have never won the 1980 Mr. Olympia. No, you never forget that, right? No, he was a complete asshole. He has been pretty much his whole life. But yeah, he shouldn't have won the 1980 Mr. Olympia, and his buddy Franco should definitely not have won 1981. Do you agree that strength adaptations in nature and the human body... Do you agree that strength adaptations in nature and the human body are not continuous? That's a good question. As the Russian periodization philosophy states. Yeah, I guess so. That sounds pretty good, you know. It does. Yeah, he did. He should. Like I said, it's over with now. But that was a staged Mr. Olympia. It was in Australia, I think Sydney, Australia, in 1980. Hi, Jackson. How you doing, Jackson Baker? Yeah, it was in Australia in 1980. I know people that were actually at that. I got a lot of friends from down under, and he definitely should not have won that 1980. He probably should have come in 5th. Same thing the year after that was a real rip, too. What do you think about Ronnie Coleman? Great bodybuilder, pretty strong. He ended up fucking himself up, though. The doctor told him don't train for about 6 months or so, and he went back training a month later, and he originally hurt himself playing football in college football. He's not my type of a bodybuilder, though. I like more of the guys before him. But I'm not going to knock him. The guy won 8 of them, right? Eight Mr. Olympias. Nobody could beat him in his prime. He was just too big, but it's not really the look I like that much in a bodybuilder. I like the old school guys, Frank Zane, you know, Mike Menser, Ray Menser, Dave Draper, you know. Periodization and progressive overload pattern to follow. Yeah, I would just look at, watch some good videos about it, maybe if you're interested in that, you know. Yeah, definitely legendary, his leg days, yup. Nobody could beat him in the leg department. They were probably too big. I hate to say, but too big. They were so big that it overshadowed the rest of his body, you know. I got some friends that are bodybuilders and powerlifters. I'll show you a couple of them. I got a little bit of a little thing here. That's Roy Callender. He was also in the 1980 Mr. Olympia from Canada, friend of mine. That's Joe Means. He's a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine. Right there. Who else do I got here? There's my great friends there, Larry Pacifico and Vince Anello. Very good. There's Mike Birch and me. Mike Birch. Oh, fuck off. I don't know if anybody's still there now. Is everybody still there? It ended up buffering on me. I don't know. Tell me if... okay, all right. No, but I'd like to. I'd love to go to West Side. Okay, great, Kenny, great. Yeah, sometimes in a buffer you lose everybody. That's me getting my my Hall of Fame certificate from the APA. What is that? That's one of the squat records I have right there. That's the 523 squat record. That's me with a 405 bench that I got. I got to put some more pictures up, you know. More pictures. There's me right there. There's Tiny Vest right there, James Tiny Vest. Ray Nobile, he was one of the great lifters from Scotland. One of the greatest, you know, from Scotland. Competed in 3 different iron sports, bodybuilding, which is really not a sport, but yeah, I'm not really sure those names. I just have a few friends that are over there that that's my friend Pat. There's me and Mike Birch right there. That's Mike Birch benching, probably over 500 pounds. Larry Pacifico. What's my favorite post-workout meal? Probably, God, so many of them. Prime rib, and then seafood would probably be scallops or something like that. You know, prime rib and a potato. Yeah, Ray. Let me turn this back around. Ray Menser died about a day after that. Mike Menser. Now, I think one of them committed suicide. One of them died of kidney failure, and the other one may have committed suicide. You know. Ray Menser was very strong, very, very strong guy. Yeah, that's a good question though. My favorite, I love a nice big steak after I work out if I can, you know. If I can, it doesn't always happen. Whatever the missus makes, you know, it's usually good. No, they weren't on trend. That hadn't come out quite yet, I don't think. You know, I may be wrong about that, but mostly D-ball and God, what's the other one called? Some kind of testosterone. Deca, D-ball. There was a kind of growth hormone that was out in the 80s. It came out in the 80s. That was very bad. It was made from a human cadaver. That's what Lyle Alzado died from. Yeah, I know who Eric is. I know who he is. Yep, I've seen some of his videos. It's a wild man. I think that's who it is. Yeah. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube, so yeah. I like heavy metal, mostly to lift to. I also like Viking music, new Viking music, Valhalla Calling, and God, I can't think of the guy's name. Some of the guys, but a lot of Viking music, man. I love the Vikings, man. Love that. That just gets me pumped up. That Viking music. Thank you. I appreciate it, Ocean Vibe. Yeah, Viking music's probably one of my favorite to train with too. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, our go-tos. Black Sabbath, either with Ozzy or Dio. Both of them. I like both of them. Yeah, go ahead, have one. My hats are off to you. I'm gonna go in and have a Diet Coke. I like Diet Coke. And water. Yeah, if you drink heavy, you're not going to make any gains, more than likely. Probably not. And then you're going to end up dying young. You're going to end up dead, that's all. My mother never got in trouble in her life, but she drank and she smoked cigarettes. She was dead by the time she was 61. Yeah, that's good. Eat about 3,100 calories. What's your favorite? World's Strongest Man, Kaz, probably, and Ray Noble. Ray Noble from Scotland, because I know him. Yeah, there's nothing good about alcohol if you drink too much of it. You know, people that can have one drink or so here and there, my hats go off to them. I could never do that. Yeah, that's great, Kenny. Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with, if you can drink now and then, go for it, you know. I would if I could. I can't. Definitely don't want to rely on it for confidence, you know. Yeah, World Strong Kaz is probably my favorite, you know. He's online sometimes. He talks to a couple of friends of mine on Facebook. Also, I like, what the hell was it? In the day after for me. Oh God, it's complete write-off. That's right. Yeah, day or two. Oh, I also, one of my favorite strongmen, and he passed away recently, Don Reinhold. He actually beat Kaz his rookie year. Don Reinhold. Recovery, the most, yeah, it is. Sleeping in recovery, the most underrated part of bodybuilding. Absolutely is, man. Yeah, if you don't sleep, you're not going to gain, bottom line. I hear these people brag about only sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night, and they're all scrawny, you know. Yeah, Don Reinholt, HT at the end. I don't know how to spell it exactly. It's Rein, Reinholt, or something like that. Yeah, he competed against Kaz his rookie year in 1979 and won. And that was about the end of his career, though. That was his like the sun setting, you know. Don could squat almost 1,000 pounds, and he could deadlift over 900, or either high 800s or 900. Maybe it was like 905, and he could bench I think 615. Well, nice meeting you, Kenny. God bless. You have a good night. I'm gonna get off here pretty soon. But yeah, Don was a very strong guy. He power lifted first, and those were his numbers: about a 605 or 615 bench, almost 1,000 pound squat, and low 900s deadlift. Then he switched to strongman, and he won a couple of them before they were really popular. And then in '79 they became on. They were actually pretty popular when, but it was like ABC Sports, and it was really not really specified to strongman, because you had Lou Ferrigno on there, and you had other people that weren't even really specified into strongman. God bless, Kenny. Yeah. Stay sober, everybody. If you have a problem with alcohol, you know, stay sober. Yeah, I remember watching that when I was a little kid, though. I remember when Lou Ferrigno and yeah, basically it was just to get viewers on. You had a guy that was a farmer on there that never really worked out that much, who came in last, I think. And then you had Lou Ferrigno, and then you had that's what was his, Franco Colombo. Do you think of a workout like a ritual where you control every variable? Yes, I do. I try to make myself better each time by one more rep or something, or 5 more pounds, or whatever I can do more. My favorite wrestler. That's a good question, you know. I'm going to have to say probably Hogan was one of my favorite from when I was a kid, you know. Hulk Hogan. Macho Man's good, yeah, good. What's his name is funny, the guy, what's the guy? I can't remember his name. Oh, what the hell was his name there? I'm trying to think. Hogan and Macho Man. Yeah, definitely. I like Hogan. I remember he was pretty good at the Republican convention there with Trump when he came out and ripped his shirt off. When he was at the Republican convention there, Hulk Hogan pissed all the liberals off. And every liberal in the world hates Hulk Hogan now, you know. Yeah, definitely Vince McMahon was jacked. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, he pissed off all the liberals, man. They hate his guts now. Because he was at the Republican convention there, and he ripped off his shirt. He had the damn underneath it. He had the Trump shirt on. Triple H, keep on. Oh yeah, Vince McMahon was something else, all the way up into his 70s, you know. People always ask me what this shit is. What am I sniffing? Sometimes I fuck with them. I say it's anthrax, you know. That's all it is. It's this is from West Side, actually, right here. Smelling salts. That's all. Ooh. What thought starts? What does it mean psychological? Probably low self-esteem. They don't feel adequate, maybe. I never started fights when I was drinking too much. But if you pissed me off, yeah, there you go. Unresolved character defects. That's, you know, hey, you got that right, you know. Yeah, unresolved character defects. There you go, buddy. You know, and then you're in a blackout, no inhibitions, you know, you never know what can happen. I didn't really get into too many fights when I was drinking, but if I got into one, I overdid it, you know. Yeah, good for you. There he is. Yep, there's the man. Yep. I got attacked by someone who was jealous of me last night. Escalate. Yeah, it definitely can get out of hand, you know, when you're drinking. Yeah, I didn't get into a lot of bar fights, though, to be honest. I kind of just I was always trying to get the ladies, but not, I got into trouble a couple of times because the lady was with her boyfriend or whatever. But most of the time, I just stuck with the single ladies, trying to get a lady, you know, instead of fighting. Make love, don't fight, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat in a few minutes here. Gotta get, I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight. But yeah, it's been a good live stream. Everybody have a blessed evening. I will talk to everybody probably tomorrow after I deadlift. I'll do a live. God bless everybody. I don't know, Jenny. I really don't know what I'm eating tonight. I'll find out when I get in the house. Have a good night, everybody. God bless you. Same time, same bat channel.